texting
That's
the guy
okay.
the way you was texting.
That's okay.
Female.
Just because you didn't text nobody does not mean anything.
So you see the difference,
You were
right?
still.
You see the difference?
That's okay. That's okay. And I agree with that. You're right. But you still did not communicate with me. It don't matter about the situation. You still didn't communicate with me. And then when we made things work and got back together, yeah, you didn't text nobody. But here's the funny part. You had a man texting your phone, though. The same stuff that I was doing. So where do you sit here and you still haven't changed your phone number only because you keep saying, and I love this one. I love this one. This one makes me laugh my A off in the inside. You didn't change your phone number because you're so busy trying to get your money.
Reason why
listen, you didn't change your, I'm telling them why. I know why. What you told me was because you're so busy trying to get this money off of this survey thing that you're doing. But when you're in a relationship, you need to put your things in organization. And if that is too important for me,
my eyes is right here.
If that little survey is that important, then that means that you're holding that above me. Because by you telling me, because you told me you wanted me to change my number. Because you didn't want me to ever even have that feeling or temptation to talk to the person I was talking to. And I changed my phone number. And you had a man text you from several different phone numbers. And I don't know if he's still texting you, but he was texting. I didn't say he was your man. I said you had a man texting your phone from several different phone numbers. Listen to what I'm saying to you. But not one time did you tell me until you finally was ready to tell me that he was texting your phone. You see what I'm saying? So you're telling me how I'm wrong. I agree to me being wrong, yes. But like I said, it's a whole different situation when I flip it to your scenario. And your scenario was only different. Why? Because you got a survey thing that you do that you're waiting until January. I don't remember the date to stand by corrected, but I know it's in January. That is when you will be able to have availability to get your funds. And I'm okay with that. But no, I'm sorry. If we're in a relationship and we done made things work and you still have another man texting your phone number, that's a problem. I don't care if you had a survey. I don't care if it was a job. That's a problem. And that's something that you need to understand where you're in the wrong for. And I'm still with you.
Okay.
And I'm still with you. And
so
I'm
maybe,
not even worried.
So maybe I did make a mistake in allowing you to move in with me. If I knew that you was gonna do that.
Oh, now you're gonna say it's a mistake.
No.
We all make mistakes, but that's not a mistake. That's not a mistake.
That is a mistake.
No, it's not. Because that had nothing to do with.
We should have took the time to get to know each other, and I should have just let you come see me and then send you right back to New York.
But that's not what we both wanted, though, right? Was that?
No, that was what I wanted.
That's not what
I wanted.
That's not what you was telling me.
For you to come down here to see me so that we can get to know each other a little bit more, and then you would have to go back to wherever you came from. And then if I still wanted to, move forward, then we could have done that. But I felt like I said, I do believe that we did move a little too quick. We did move things a little bit too quick.
Oh, and another thing that I want to touch on the subject is, because you're talking about we moved so quick. Yeah, I agreed on that. But the one thing that you didn't tell these people is that when I was reaching out to you, you barely had an effort to even respond back to me. You barely had an effort, and I'm going to say that one more time. You barely had an effort to even acknowledge that I was trying to talk to you. Why? Because you had so many other things going through your brain. And like I said, when you talk to a person, yourself is yourself. The person has to accept you for who you are. You can't take, you can't, I'm not talking about lies.
No.
I'm not talking about lies. Everybody makes mistakes. You have to accept the whole person. You don't just take a few things that I like their hair. I like how he talks to me. I like how he talks. You don't do that. That's not what you do. That's not how you take care, or that's not how you partake in a relationship. The person comes how he comes. Just like how you had a child, and I was fine with you having a child. I took you for who you was.
Okay,
with no problems, with nothing.
Okay, so you're saying if a woman was to tell you that she's single, but you guys are still living together, and she just had your baby, that it's okay for you to talk to someone else.
I only talk to someone.
You're saying it's okay?
I talk to someone else. And I might have made a mistake.
It's a yes or no answer.
If we're not together, no. We're not together, no. That child, my child is always going to be taken care of, regardless of what you say. And I will always be in my child's life.
You're saying no, but...
No, I'm saying no because that's me and you. That has nothing to do with me. Me and you have nothing to do with my child. We could have
Listen to the question that I'm asking you.
I answered your question.
It's a yes or no answer.
I answered it.
My question is, if a woman was to tell you that she's single, and it will be okay for you to talk to another female while you both are living together, that's okay with you?
Yes.
It is?
If we're not together, you tell me you're single, and you admitted that you were single, and then on top of you being single, you got other things that you're thinking about in your brain, but you're so focused on that you can't come talk to me. That's a problem as well. Yeah, you was right.
Focused on another female.
I only talked. I only chatted with another female.
And what?
I only chatted
How
and
did you
talked
guys
with
even
a female.
meet? Can you explain that part?
I told you already.
At your job.
I met her at my job.
At your job.
Because it's my job to help anyone who has a problem with their car. You're supposed to help them.
Helping turn into, oh, can I get your number?
No, she actually asked for my number. That's where you're wrong.
Oh, so she was pushing up on you.
You see how you're saying?
She was pushing up on you.
And there's things that you don't know, but you keep acting like you know everything. Because I told the woman that I was in a complicated relationship. But like I said, you still never talked to me. But a complicated relationship is not single, is it? No, it's not. Single means that you are not with me. So I was speaking for you because I wanted to make things work, but you didn't.
Why did you come back to me then?
Because, like I said, we had a child together, and
So
I was already taking care.
Now it hits you.
No, that's not hitting you. See, you need to stop with that shenanigan stuff. No,
now you finally realize that we had a baby together.
That don't make no sense.
What you was doing was wrong.
No, that don't make no sense neither. So stop saying that too. We had a child together. On top of you telling me you was single, we had a child together, and I was taking care of your child, and I've been taking care of your child for 3 years now, because she's 6 now. I've been taking care of your child for 3 years. Do you hear that? For 3 years. And she's going to be 7 next year, so it's going to be 4. So you are doing a lot of things, messing with the man's emotions as well.
How am I messing with your emotions when you're messing with my heart?
Because I came here.
You're messing with someone's heart.
When I came into your door, you had a child that was 3 years old. She didn't have a father in her life. Right? I took that step, and I stepped up and was her father in her life. And that is the whole point of the situation. Ding, 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 ding. I didn't have to, but I did. And you sitting here to tell me the mistakes that I made, but you was making mistakes the same time when I was making them. But you didn't recognize the mistakes you made neither. Until now. Until now. No, you didn't. It was until now. Because this is the first time that we've ever touched base on this conversation. So don't sit here and lie to me and tell me you did.
The only reason why I decided to be with you was because I thought that you would be the perfect man that would never put me through a lot of BS. But still you did. But listen, we got through it. I forgave you. And I do expect, that I hope that it never happens again. And I do hope that, that you have learned from your mistakes and learned that what you did was wrong.
Oh, and I have learned. Have you learned?
Have I learned?
Because you made mistakes too, and you did things that wasn't not so niceness neither on both levels. It doesn't matter.
Like what? Can you explain?
Like what? You threw my stuff away. Stuff that you didn't pay for.
And I said I was sorry.
Sorry.
And I admitted that I threw away your stuff.
Let me explain
Yes,
to
I
you.
did.
Let me explain to you people, to you ladies and gentlemen. Because you throw my stuff away and you say sorry, is that okay?
Yes, I
Because
threw.
you threw my microphone away
Yes, I
that
did.
you didn't pay for. You see what I'm talking about?
Yes,
There
I
was
did.
stuff that you didn't pay for that you touched out of your anger, animosity, and your emotions that you couldn't tell me. Communication.
Well, I could have
You
just
see what I'm
told
saying?
your friend to
No,
come grab your
but
stuff.
this is communication again. Because just because we weren't together didn't mean that we couldn't be friends. But the communication
Well, you
is
thought you was gonna
didn't-
come back?
No, you didn't tell me to come bring my stuff.
To close this video, what have you learned so far?
What have I learned? What have you learned? I learned that my wife needs to be more better with terms of words of knowledge that she uses, regardless if she's frustrated or upset. She just needs to make sure she uses the right term. And I will do my best to communicate with her, no matter what's going on, because I do love this woman, and she is my wife. I did spiritually propose to her. There is no ring on her finger yet, but if you guys look up a definition of spiritual proposal, you guys would know that you don't have to have a ring on your finger. And another thing I want to talk about before we close the chapter is because a lot of people in this world are worrying about a ring, feel like they need a ring. A ring is something that is, what is the term for it? There's a term for it. It's a
Material.
It's a material item.
Yes.
If you are in love with a person, truly in love with a person, your effort, your feelings, your loyalty, compassion, and trust will show you how much you love that person.
Well, I'm pretty sure Adam and Eve didn't wear rings.
No, they didn't wear
But
rings.
they were married.
They didn't wear rings in the Bible, did they? They sure didn't. No.
But and God created Eve
Yeah,
for
and
Adam
gave
to be his wife.
Yeah.
So, you know, and what I've learned so far is, you're right. I do need to watch what I say and the terms that I use, you know, and I do, and I will, you know, work on that. I think that it would be a good idea if we work on communication, both of us.
I told you communication is something that we both need to work on a little bit better. However, our communication skills have got better. They have.
Yeah, it has.
They have. Our relationship. Like I said, don't be confused, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be confused just because we're having an argument or an altercation. I'm very happy with this woman. I love this woman for everything. I would take a bullet for her. That's how much I love her. But sometimes you're not going to see eye to eye. Sometimes you're going to get into arguments. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you're going to wake up moody. I'm not talking about just pregnancies. Sometimes you're going to wake up moody. Sometimes you're going to go to work and have a bad day. Whatever the situation is, at the end of the day, what me and my wife do, we made a promise, no matter how mad you are, before we go to sleep, trust me, I ain't going to sleep mad at her. And no matter what she said to me, whatever the situation is, I'm going to go to sleep happy because I love her. And that's just how it should be. With all relationships, I feel all relationships, no matter the storm is, no matter about how high the storm is, because the storms can be severe, they can be long, some can be short. You know, you just got to be steady, make sure that you communicate, and make sure that you know what's going on at all times. Not just when you want to, you see what I'm saying? Not just when you feel like it. You know, we both should be like that.
All right.